Crystal McMillan, and I'm going to get a few people on here, and we're going to be discussing where is Jayden. So, today has been a rough day here in Arkansas, and so you know, we've had a, like I said, it's been a rough day, and I'm going to play this video, and then we're going to talk about what happened today.
Really beaten and bruised, especially around his mouth where they tried to force feed him, and trauma to his head, and that he almost died.
This is an American nightmare, and these children will never wake up.
We've all got rights. We've all got rights. And if you think you're not somebody who can lose your kids to DHS, neither did I.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. As you might have guessed, the children whose pictures just appeared on the screen sadly died due to neglect or were brutally murdered at the hands of the very people Child Protective Services, or CPS, had chosen to care for those children.
Hold on, guys. I'll switch my phone. So, I just showed you a video showing you the kids that have been in CPS care and have died in CPS care. And so tonight our topic is where is Jayden from Arkansas? And so if you want to watch that full documentary, you can watch It's Innocence on a documentary. I'll send you the link at the end of this video. I'll put the link on here where you can watch the entire documentary. But the pictures of the children that you just seen are children who died in CPS care. And it's a reality. This is a reality that we're looking at. And you know, I hate to start a video like this, but the reality is, where are these kids, and why are they missing, and why is no one doing anything about it? And you can look at the CPS foster care, and they say to you, you can look at their runaway list, and there are 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds on the runaway list, and you know, I've said this before, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds do not run away. And so what is going on? And so tonight this is about you know, a case here in Arkansas, and you've heard me rally for the Cindy Tatum family, you know, and Patty Henson's family. They have been fighting for a nephew. Cindy has gone beyond fighting for her family, her nephew, and it's been 2 years since the day they took him out. No one has seen him. So where is he? Where is Jayden? And so today we've had a very emotional day. Cindy appeared in court today under Judge Thomas, and they were appearing in court, and every motion was denied, And when she was walking out, she was, of course, obviously emotional. And when she was walking out the door with her mother, she said the word corrupt. And the police threw her to the ground. And she was arrested, held on a $15,000 bond. We had the money to bail her out within 45 minutes with all of your help. And currently, I'm going to put that currently at the $15,000 bond. We had the money. And so we went to bail her out, and they put her on a 24-hour hold. There was a restraining order put in court today that she, or with the DHS said that they were being harassed, and they put a restraining order. And but somehow the social worker, according to the police, we have not been able to talk to Cindy, went into the room with her, and Cindy kicked them. And this is hearsay. This is from the sheriff's department. The sheriff, we have not been able to witness this ourselves yet, but they, and so supposedly she kicked the social worker, but the social worker should never have been allowed in the room with her because they had a restraining order. So she originally is sent to jail for saying the word corrupt while she's walking out the courtroom. She's walking out, y'all. She's not in front of the judge. She is crying. She's leaving with her mother. When she gets to the door, she says the word corrupt. And she gets held on a $15,000 bond for that reason alone. That is injustice, guys. This is injustice. And I know y'all have seen me advocate for this family. I absolutely adore this family. And out of respect, I had been withholding telling the story. Christina, at this time, we do not know what they're holding her on that charge, actually. We paid, we made sure that Patty made sure that she had arrangements for her phone tonight. We put money on there to make sure that she could call. And Cindy has not either called her mother. We have not heard from her since she has been arrested. So at this time, I cannot even guarantee you what is going on with Cindy. At this point, we ask all of you to just continue to pray and pray that at 11 a.m. they're going to let us have her without additional charges, with an additional bond. If we have an additional bond, then we will be back on here reaching out to y'all tomorrow. And so, I think it's very important for people to understand what is going on with this family. And this is in Cindy's words, and I think it's, to me, it's powerful, and it will explain to you what is going on, and why we've seen injustice across the board, and we're not going away. We're just not going to go away, and wild horses could not drag me away from this baby. And so we're going to find Jayden, and tonight, I just pray for God's angels to come over and protect this little child. But I want to explain the story. You've asked me, why have I not been, giving out detailed information? Well, I was doing that because the right of trying to protect this family so they could have a day in court, and just did not want to do anything to mess with it. And obviously, before this morning, I knew something was going to go wrong. And we also had a discussion. I had a discussion with someone today, and we said they're going to charge her with a federal felony. And the reason y'all guys know that they can charge her with a federal felony, so then they can say that she's no longer available to fight for Jayden. I truly believe she's been set up on this, and we'll continue to work to have all charges dropped. And so DCFS in Pike County, this is Cindy's words from a year ago. So please understand that she wrote this to Hal Stanley, who also has been fighting for his children. He got permission from the family to share this. We've have had permission to share this, and so I'm going to read it to you. And I'm asking all of you to get mad and stand with us, with this family, and demand actions. We want our eyes on this baby, and I want to know that he's okay, and I'm not going anywhere until I know he's okay. So this is Cindy. She sent this to Brother Hal a year ago. These are her own words, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to tell you the story. So here's the story on Jayden, and we're going to bring Jayden home. I don't care what it takes. We're going to bring him home. Cindy, DCFS in Pike County, Arkansas, took my nephew Jayden when he was 3 years old from my brother Travis Tatum. Travis only had him for 2 or 3 days when they took him. Prior to that, I was taking care of Jayden, and Travis was supposed to have Jayden back to me by Monday for school. Jayden wasn't taken because he was abused or neglected. He wasn't abused or neglected, so why did CPS take this poor child? And why haven't we seen him in 2 years? Are y'all thinking about this? Why was he taken? Not abused or neglected. My brother and my mom were arguing at my brother's house because my mom and his girlfriend don't like each other. My brother called the cops to get my mom to leave. The cops showed up and they gave everyone a breathalyzer. They said that everyone passed except my brother, so they called DCFS to come take Jayden. Travis wasn't slurring or staggering or anything. He asked them if Sarah or Albert could watch Jayden. Travis didn't want Mom taking Jayden because he was mad at her. And DCFS said that Sarah and Albert couldn't watch him because they're not blood related. So let's look at this. He's not neglected. He's not being abused. And there is family there, and they aren't going to leave him there. The cops were gathered to go outside and talked about jumping my brother if he tried to stop them. Jayden was watching cartoons, laughing and playing with Sarah, my brother's girlfriend. He was happy and healthy until DCFS grabbed him and took him. Then he started screaming. I was not there, but I watched the videos. My brother thought he would be able to get Jayden back the next morning. Jayden is now 4 years old. This was a year ago. So guys, Jayden is now 5. He has been in DFC custody for over a year now. Jayden has now been in custody with DCFS for 2 years. No one has able to contact the mother, Joe Willer. Joe dropped the baby off when he was only 2 weeks old, and my brother raised him with the help of me and our family up until DCFS took him. Jayden was never abused in any way by our family. My brother loves his child, but he is in jail right now, not related to Jayden being taken away. I have been trying to get Jayden back from CPS ever since they took him. I have jumped through all the hoops and done everything they asked to get him back until they still denied me. I passed the federal background check, the drug screen, and the home study. I asked DCFS if I could at least visit Jayden, and they said no, even after everyone in the family told them how close Jayden and me are. That was like a sword to my heart. I asked when his court dates were, and they wouldn't tell me. I couldn't even go to court and fight for him. I'm not his mother, but I've been like a mother to him, and I wish I were treated that way. Just based on that, it's obvious they aren't doing what's best for the child. When they took Jayden, I was living at my family's 4-bedroom brick home in Nevada County, Arkansas, with my father where my brother and I grew up. It has been there since 1919. Stability. 1919, guys. In a family home. 1919. My dad and I were working on a trailer house that we've moved next door, specifically for Jayden to grow up in. That is Jayden's house. He is 4 years old and he has a house. CPS did a background check on my father and I. They said that due to my father's extensive background, it would be too much for them to investigate his record, and that I would have to live by myself to get Jayden back. So that marked Dad out. We had to get Jayden's house ready to live in, quick. It took us less than 2 weeks, and I called CPS to let them know the house is ready, and it would just be Jayden and me living there. They came out to look at the house and said, "I need to fill in the old well in the front yard. Get a trash can lid." The trash can was clean and empty. "And put railing around the front and back porch." Do you understand, guys? CPS denied her because there was no trash can lid. No trash can lid, guys. Think about it. What happens if this was your home? Could this be your home? Could your child be taken away because you don't have a lid on your trash can tonight? Could this be you guys? My dad and I did all that in about a week, and I called DCFS back to let them know it's done, and I sent them pictures showing them. My father has a past criminal record. He used to be an alcoholic, but he always took care of my brother and me. He always worked hard. He always made sure we had food and clothes, and that he went to school, and that we were taken care of. He never abused us. He never neglected us. My dad turned his life over to God several years ago. He is now a licensed minister. He hasn't drank a drop in over 10 years. He hasn't had anything on his record in over 10 years. I would get the exact dates, but I can't get him to answer the phone right now. It's been a long time, though. He works and he goes to church every Sunday. He ministers to people and helps people that want to turn their lives over to God. He is a good dad and a good papa, but they still denied him because of old criminal record. My Nana, Jayden's great-grandmother on my mother's side, sent him a brand new dresser, pillow, Ninja Turtle sheets, and comforter for his new bedroom. He loves Ninja Turtles. My Nana told DHS that Jayden needed to be with me and that she would help me as much as needed, even financially, which is why they denied me for. My sister Jennifer Holly in Benton, Arkansas told CPS that Jayden needed to be with me as well. DCFS said that I needed a traditional job. Cleaning houses wasn't traditional according to them, although women have been cleaning houses for many years. So I ask you, if your job is cleaning a house and you have a career, could CPS take your child away because that's not a traditional job? Is that what we're facing, guys? Think about it. Think about it. Although women have been cleaning houses for many years, so I got a job at Sam Sand, a sand plant in Garland, Arkansas. I made about $1,000 a week. I called DCFS to let them know I have a traditional job, and they said that I would have to work there for 6 to 8 weeks before I could get Jayden. So they denied me financially and stable. On the 6th week, I got laid off from my job. CPS said that I couldn't get another home study in Arkansas. They said they denied me twice for financial instability. I've had money and income the entire time they've had him. I moved to Shreveport to get another job and an apartment. I called CPS, and they said I would have to have a court-ordered home study for them to do a home study on me there. I asked, how can I do that? And they said I'd have to show up in court. I said, how can I show up in court when y'all told me I was not allowed in any court dates and won't even tell me where they are, when they are, sorry. Leah, the caseworker, told me when the next court date was, and I showed up. That's what people do when you love people. You show up. And that's what I need from y'all guys, to show up. They acted like I wasn't even there. Within a few minutes, CPS said they wanted to terminate my brother's rights and adopt him out. Before I knew it, they scheduled another court date, said that I could leave the courtroom and was on to the next case. I said, what is going on? I'm here to get court-ordered home study, and you all just acted like I'm not even standing here. Jayden's attorney listened to me, and he said at the next court date he would ask for them to do a home study on me. Mom and I went to another court date, and CPS said they wanted to say and asked to adopt him out again. Mom's lawyer just asked for another court date to be set. She's not doing anything to help us get Jayden, the caseworker, the lawyer. No one's helping this family. No one is making sure that Jayden's okay. No one has allowed Jayden to see his family. Back in the beginning of all of this, Jayden's grandmother called CPS and asked why they haven't contacted her. She has contacted the governor's office and even tried to contact Donald Trump to get Jayden back. They did a background check on her and said that she had something on her record about child exploitation, which is not true at all. My mom has had an issue, and I'm not going to read that part. No one ever knew. It's nothing wrong, guys. It's nothing. No one ever knew about this or even heard about it. I went with her to the DHS office in Levis, Arkansas to get that cleared up. It was presented to a judge with the accuser being a caseworker, and the judge threw it out because it was ridiculous and not true. So what they were trying to say on the sexual exploitation was thrown out with the court. After getting that cleared up, CPS did a home study on Mom. That lady that came out and looked at the home said it was good and that we were just waiting on a phone call to get Jayden back. Think the call came, guys? Mom called CPS to give them information they asked for, and she got a call back from a supervisor at CPS who was irate. Mom answered the phone. It was on speaker, and I heard everything. And the CPS supervisor was hollering at her, saying that they had to go through the process and that it takes a while. She wouldn't stop yelling long enough for Mom to get a word in, and then the CPS supervisor hung up on her. Then I got a call from CPS, and they said that Mom probably wouldn't get Jayden back because of her anger. Let me just say, who wouldn't be angry in this situation? Would you be angry, guys? The baby's been gone. They have the right to be angry. You should be angry. I'm angry. I'm mad. You need to be mad. But the angry one was the CPS supervisor. They wanted me to ask her about her anger issues. They were putting words in my mouth and trying to control the conversation to get the answers they wanted to deny my mom. I told them that Mom was doing good. She's got a nice apartment. She's independent, has a good job, and I very much recommend she get Jayden, and I will be there to help as much as possible, 100%. Well, Mom got back her report from CPS, and they put in there that I told them she has been in trouble with the law. That is completely untrue and false statements by DCFS. I never said that. I never said anything like that. They also reported her income wrong. They intentionally did it to deny her. I sat right here and listened to her report her income to them several times, and they kept trying to make it seem like she didn't make enough, which is not true. They got it completely mixed up and wrong, and they denied her, saying that she would need government's assistance. Mom called the supervisor to CPS to try and clear up their false report. I called the supervisors as well, and she said that she would have to talk to the supervisor to find out anything that she was not there. I asked her if there was anything I could talk to, anyone else I could talk about this, and she said the supervisor that we were filing a complaint against. I told her it's not right to make a false report to deny a child his family just because you're mad. So I asked her to call me back when she finds out about it and let me know what to do. I still haven't heard from her. My mom paid my brother's court-appointed lawyers $2,500 to represent her because that's all she had at the time, but the lawyer isn't standing up her at all. She just keeps putting it off and lets CPS control everything in court. We're barely even looked at. They act like we're not even there, and they want to adopt Jayden out. Jayden and I have always been very close, and I took care of him a lot. Aunt Cindy was one of his first words he ever spoke, because he would call me Mom, and I'd say, no, it's Aunt Cindy. I had him on a daily routine where he would wake up every morning, eat breakfast, get ready for school. I had him in a learning center so he could interact with other children and get speech therapy. He'd come home from school to eat a snack, play outside, and play inside with toys. I try to work with him on his speech and learning, that he'd take a bath and get ready for bed. He loves bath time. I'd read him a bath story, pray with him, and tuck him in. Of course, he'd always want me to go to bed with him because he didn't want me just to leave him to go to sleep by himself, and I usually did. On Sundays, we'd go to church, and he'd go to Sunday school where he'd get to interact with other children. Then we'd go eat lunch somewhere. Then we'd go see Great Granny and Papa at the nursing home. Does this sound like a kid to you that's abused? Does this sound like a kid that doesn't need to be returned? I love Jayden as he is for my own child, and he loves me. There is no greater love how much I love that baby. I paid a lawyer, Steve Harrelson, DCFS, denied his intervention in this case. DCFS is in the process of doing another home study on me in LA. The caseworker who came to the home study asked me if I believe in corporal punishment, and she kept telling me that she was raised up like a Christian and how she believes in whipping her kids, and she kept saying, you know, trying to get me to agree with her that it's okay to whip kids. I told her no, I don't know, and I don't believe in that. I have a home, car, money. I can pass the drug test at any given moment. I have passed their drug test and federal background checks. Now DCFS is going to my job and calling my boss wanting his tax information. I don't know what his tax information has to do with my nephew, but I know that I have been fighting these people hard for over a year, and I want my nephew back now. I've done everything I know to do, and they are just doing everything they can to stop me. That was a year ago, folks. A year that she wrote that letter. Cindy Tatum wrote that letter to Hal Stanley a year ago. Today, let's fast forward to today, guys. Today, she's in court still fighting for her nephew, Jayden. No one has seen Jayden in 2 years since he was sitting there watching cartoons, enjoying his family. Waiting. They've got Ninja Turtles. They're waiting for this child to come home. Nobody has seen Jayden from this family in 2 years. Where is Jayden, guys? Where is he? Today, Cindy Tatum was in court in Pike County, Arkansas. She was asking the judge for a motion of contingency. The lawyers did not help. They didn't show up. It was denied. Everything was denied. She was crying. Her and her mother were walking out. When she got to the door to walk out of this courthouse room, she said, corrupt. I've given you the case from a year ago. Do you not think that she has the right to say corrupt? Because this is corruption, guys. This is a violation of everything that you have been taught, that we had rights. This family has not had no rights. Jayden has not had any rights. What do we do? What do we do? We stand. We stand with this family. Cindy said the word corrupt. She was arrested. She was put to the ground by the police. She was arrested. The judge put her on a $15,000 bond for saying the word corrupt in court today. We were able to make the money. We had the bond within 30 to 45 minutes because of you. People have came to help us. We had the bond in 30 to 45 minutes. I had the bond after going live. We had it forwarded to the family member. Her mother went to go pick up her daughter, who is heartbroken. They said the judge just put a 24-hour hold on her. So guess what? We didn't get to bring Cindy home today. So not only have we not brought Jayden home, we have not been able to bring Cindy home today for saying the word corrupt. There was a restraining order put on them. A restraining order applies to both parties. Anybody that knows the law, even if you don't know the law, you know that's how it works. Today, they allowed the social worker to go in the room back with her. We do not know why yet, and this is what we're being told, that Cindy kicked her. The social worker has a bruise. And so now they are charging her for a federal felony for kicking the social worker. You and I both know that she's been set up You and I know they're charging her with a federal felony so they can stop this. We know where this is going. But because of you, and I trust you tonight, that you will get outraged and you will demand that we bring Jayden home. Today, I called the governor's office on behalf of Cindy Tatum and Jayden, as you did on Friday. I was told by the governor's office that they don't have jurisdiction over this, and that we would have to go to the Judicial Committee to even file a complaint on the judge. Who is over these committees? Who is over these courts? Are we being told the truth, folks? I need you to help us to get to the bottom of where is Jayden. Are we looking for a child that is still here in Arkansas? Are we looking for a child who is, sorry guys, are we looking for a child who is disappeared? Where is Jayden? Where is Jayden? And all I can pray tonight is that, like I started the video this afternoon, where is him? And our community has been very great with us. They've reached out to legislators, Alan Clark, Dan Sullivan, all of them have been very familiar with this case. And Dan Sullivan actually told Cindy the other day that there was nothing he could do, that they had no jurisdiction over DHS, is what your legislators told this family, and that he didn't know why they just weren't going to return Jayden. And when Cindy returns back home, I will get those messages from her, and we will continue to post this story. At this point, we need to make sure that we make her, they're going to release her at 11 a.m. tomorrow. As soon as we have her, I'll do a live. I'm asking tonight that you pray for protection over Cindy, that you ask that the people that are trying to stop this, that their heart is heavy and burdened, and that you just allow protection over this family, and that the lawyers that who have dropped the ball on this, who have let go, on this family and just have not done their job, that you will have a heavy heart, and that you will decide to help stand with this family. But after you've heard this story, and I've told you that we've gone to the governor's office, we've gone to the legislators that are even mentioned in the comments, and the attorneys that are mentioned in the comments, we've gotten nowhere. So I believe that we're at this point that the people that can help are you. When we come together and we take a stand, things happen. And I need you to get mad. I need you to help us get the word out. And we are fixing to start a campaign at the Mad Angels Army with us, and a few other organizations are going to be helping us. I'm asking that you'll go join that group, and we're going to continue to let you know what we need from you and why this is important for you to take a stance. We have a humanitarian crisis right now, folks. There is a bounty on your children. This is not America. This is not the America that you and I are fighting for. But when we all come together and we hold every person accountable for every humanitarian crisis we're facing, we can make the change. I'm asking you to stand with me tonight and help me make the change and demand accountability. Demand that this gets into a federal court. Demand that we see Jayden. I want to know that this child is alive. I want to know that this child is okay. At this point, the family does not know if Jayden is alive. That's just as raw as it gets. I've had a grandmother ask me tonight, do I need to ask to see his body? That should never happen. That should never happen. There should never be a grandmother wondering, what are we fighting? What are we looking for? So I ask all of you to please share this story. Help me get it out. I've read you the story. This was a year ago. And, you know, we can make this happen. We can be the change. We can be the difference. You know, I always tell you, I stand up, I'll speak out, not to offend anyone, but to defend. And that's what I ask of you, to stand up, speak out, not to offend people. We don't want to offend anyone, but to defend. There is a young little boy who doesn't have a voice. We don't know what he's been told, but you can be his voice tonight. You can be his voice for humanitarian crisis that we're facing. I ask of you to please stand. Quitting is not an option. We must fight on. No matter what they throw at us, we will continue to fight. Wild horses could not drive me away from Jayden or Cindy. I will continue to stand. I will continue to fight. And I'm asking all of you tonight, I beg of all of you tonight to join me and stand with me, with Cindy and her family, and demand that we bring Jayden home. I hope all of you have a good night. I will continue to follow with you tomorrow on this story. Like I said, we are to be able to bond her out at 11 a.m. if they do not throw anything else at us. Tonight, I ask you that God just plays a heavy heart on these people, and that at 11 a.m. that we do not have any issues, that God will go before us, and that when we get there at 11, we will have her out, that she is safe and secure tonight, and that God will just go in that cell with angels and protect this young lady. You know, if you're neutral of this situation and you don't stand up, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Remember that, guys. If you're neutral and you don't stand up, you're choosing that side. So once you become aware and you know what's happening, you have to take a stand, or you're part of the problem also. Please take a stand with us. We need you. We need you to be mad. We need you to take a stand. I can, and I know you can too. You've always been a great support team for me. I appreciate everything. I am Michelle McMillan. If you share this video and you would like more information, you can contact me on Facebook. And we will continue to follow this case. This is a Pike County, Arkansas case. Please share the story and help us get the word out. Let's bring Cindy home tonight, and let's bring Jayden home. God bless. Thank you.